What's going on, guys? Marten here. Today is actually a green day for cryptos, but it remains to be seen here if they do have the energy to charge higher here towards the next resistance we have above us. Now, in today's video session, we will look at today's big winner, which is EOS, and then finally we'll check out what's going on with Enjin coin. But let's get started here with the total altcoin market and then Ethereum. So here is the last 3 months for all the altcoins, and we can see here that we did go down here to about 48 billion, but we did not go down to the very low here around 46. So that is some good news here in the short term. And at the moment we're up here around 50 billion. And there is resistance in this area, and there is also more resistance around 52 billion, a little bit more to the upside here. So the weekly chart for Ethereum is telling us that basically there is no sign of a directional change here on the weekly chart. We're still basically going sideways here. But the good news is that we've not made a new low here from last week. Daily short. So basically we are going sideways here for the last 6 days. We made a little bit of a dip yesterday, but we have so far recovered that today. So this is a green day for once. But the daily volume here is pretty low. Nothing fancy here to brag about, and in order to make a solid bottom, I would like to have much higher volume here, much higher daily bars in this area. So we'll see about that. And also look at the descending volume here, because this could be interesting. We've had a descending volume here for about 7 days. So if we draw a trend line here like this, I would expect a volume increase here either tomorrow or perhaps on Friday. So that would be interesting if that will be to the upside, or will go to the downside again. The RSI is still at this borderline around 30, so still struggling here to get into this purple area. And the next resistance here for Ethereum, the major resistance, starts around $106 in this area, and then it goes up to about 120 or so. There is even earlier resistance around 100, and 100 is my next very near-term target here to the upside. So that would be to take out this peak from here. Now, one positive news here is that we have for the last 3 days had this resistance line here, but today we're actually above it. As of now, we still have 3 more hours of trading, but make sure that we'll get a daily close above that. That could possibly be a little bit positive here. On the other hand, a close or a visit below 80, which is last week's low, that would be giving us likely more downside here. And now let's move over here to EOS and the weekly chart. So what has happened here is that we have now been down to 150, and that is in this area over here. So that is pretty solid support in this area between 150 up to $2. So you can see here that we are not making new lows this week so far. And actually today US is up 10%. You can't really see that on this chart, but when we look at the daily chart, we can see there's a little bit of a pop here today. But we've not taken out this high from 4 days ago at 210. So that would be the next target here. And also the volume here is very low at the moment, so that could indicate that there's weakness here in the market. So we want some increasing volume here to come in to the upside, form another green day with a high volume. And in the middle near term here, I'm looking at this green 20-day EMA here up at around 260. So that would be the upside target here for the rest of the week. And the danger zone would be somewhere below 175, which is down below this candlestick. We can see that more clearly on the 8-hour chart. So what happened here in the last 8 hours, we have now gone above the 20 EMA, but we're about to form a red candlestick here. So that could perhaps indicate that this little short-term rally could be taking a breather here, or perhaps pull back a little. So I would watch these trend lines here, if they were to hold this first one up here. And if that one were to break, we do have this additional supporting trend line down here. And in this area here, that is the 173 level to look for. So we don't want to close below that. Now let's move over here to Enjin coin, because Shaz, he wanted me to do an analysis on Enjin coin. So Enjin is fairly new coin here, and it's been around for about a year, and it's ranked 122 on the market cap list, and the market cap right now is 22 million. So what happened here in the last 3 weeks, we've had a nice run up here. This is the weekly chart. So 3 nice candlesticks here in a row. And the volume has been decent. Not super exciting, but it's been fairly good here. And we've gone up here to 1000 Satoshi, this area up here. And if we go back in time, we can see that there is resistance here in this area. And now we've sort of retreated here from 1000 down to around 850. So let's look at the daily chart, and here we can see that since this breakout we had here on the 28th of November, Enjin coin has gone up 67% to the high here. So nice rally here. However, we have now formed a bearish engulfing sign yesterday. And it looks like we will get a continuation here to the downside. We are right now down 3% today against Bitcoin. So this another additional red candlestick right here. So it would not surprise me here if we were to go down to the 20 EMA down here, which is around 750 Satoshi. Also watch these 2 supporting trend lines, if they will hold here or not. If we look at the 8-hour chart, you can see the fib levels as well. So what is interesting here is that the descending volume here, you can see here, it does look like we could get an increase here in volume in the next 24 hours. Now, if we were to retrace lower here, I would look at these next levels here, 780, this is the 50% fib level, and then the 61% fib level down at 731. And as long as we are on the left side of this descending trend line, that is our resistance. So that would be still in short-term bearish mode here. So we need to get on the right side of this resistance line here. So that's all I have for today, but head over to our homepage, altcoinbuzz.io, and check out our latest news. And have a great Wednesday. Goodbye.